Howdy fucking doody! Welcome back to Den Laughing. Well, I'm not sure if you could hear the music in the background. Hopefully you don't, because YouTube can be a pain in the ass. Hopefully you like the new eyeballs too. It was a little hard to get them in the mail. Either way, music does not belong to me. It does not belong to the show. It is Death Cult Armageddon by Dimmu Borgir. So, hey, you like it, check it out. You don't like it, it's your fucking problem. Today's guest, David Hartman. He's actually here already, goddamn. Well, before anything, give me a second. Um, First, shout outs. Hey, Black House Creations. Go check out his work. Really good dude. Really good artist. Bruce, Halo. All you lovely fucking people. Everybody who enjoys watching the show, thank you kindly. Other than that, before anything, this is also going to be on YouTube, so remember, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Go check out the Scary Stories, the Spotify, Redbubble, do all that shit. Sup, Poker? Howdy. Alright, let's get the guest in here. To join. So, yeah. What the fuck? Looking up on the guest, David Hartman. He's done a lot of stuff. He's done a lot of shit. All you have to do is accept it and join. Accept the invite. If not, you can put a request. As long as you could see me and hear me properly, you can put a request and I can accept it. You could join in too. As long as it's on a tablet or phone. Still so weird. I don't know if I don't know if he's done it like this before. He's unable to join. Ah, what happened? What happened? So stick a joke. All right, let's see. I'll send another invite. He said he was unable to join. As long as you're watching it on tablet, phone, you should be able to join. And I don't know why I said he wasn't unable to join. I think on laptop it wouldn't work. It has to be on like tablet, phone. Fuck about anyway. I'm here now. Oh, there you are. All right. Except, yeah, go live. There you go. Go on. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Who we got with us? David Hartman. Really talented motherfucker. He's been through a lot of stuff. He actually worked on a lot of things, including some movies.
All right, is it working?
Video. Oh, where is he?
All right, why am I sideways? Good grief.
Oh,
all right.
I can hear you.
You can hear me? Can you see me now?
I can hear. I can't see you for some reason.
That's weird.
This happened last time where for some reason. Oh yeah, I can see you on like the live feed.
I was trying to get on with my laptop, and that might have screwed things up. Now I'm getting on with my iPad, so let me see. Yeah, it's showing my pictures up. Somebody.
I can see you on the live feed because I have my laptop set up right here to watch it, also to go over the comments and everything. I can see you, but for some reason on the phone it doesn't pop up. I don't know why. That's weird.
Well, if other people can see me, that's.
Oh yeah, they can see you. Yeah, see?
Yay!
We can see him. We can see and hear him.
Awesome. Well, this is new.
Yay!
Doing everything on the laptop, so.
Yeah, I don't know why on laptops it doesn't want to go through.
You're right. Of course.
I don't get it. It would make more sense if it actually worked, but fuck all. So,
all right,
welcome to Den Laughing. How the fuck are you doing?
You. Doing good. Thank you for having me. Sorry, drop my Apple Pencil. I got too much headroom, and as a director, that drives me nuts. So hold on a sec.
All right.
All right, there. That's better.
Let me lower this here real
Doing
quick.
great. Thanks for having me.
Hey, go. Set volume to 20%. You bastard. Sorry, I just want to make sure I can hear you properly.
No copyright restrictions.
So go right ahead. Tell everybody what you do.
Well, I mean, I'm mainly an illustrator. I mean, my day job for the last 20 years is actually a director, directing TV shows, mainly animated stuff, like from, not to age myself, but from back in the day, Jackie Chan Adventures, Godzilla, Starship Troopers, a lot of the big franchises. But then I went on to be a producer and was director and producing on Transformers Prime. Anyone's seen that? Then Tresse for Netflix. And then one of my bigger claim to fame is doing Phantasm Ravager, the live action film, which was the 5th in the Phantasm series with Don Coscarelli. And then I do a lot of illustration work because that's where the real passion and horror has been the passion. And, I do a lot of work for Rob Zombie and comic books, just a little bit of everything. So
that's initially why I invited you to it, because I've seen your work and like, damn, this looks really good. Like, I want to try to get him on the show because it looks really sick. And then as I did a little research on you too, and when I started seeing pretty much everything you were working on, I was like, holy hell, that's one hell of a resume.
Thanks. No, I got two lives. It's like Bruce Wayne and Batman. You got the one that works in animation and TV, and then the illustration side. So it's hard to merge the two, surprisingly. But yeah, one.
So which side is the hero? Which side is Batman in that comparison?
yeah. Well, I would say Bruce Wayne is the illustrator because that was my true passion. The real me growing up and stuff. But the animation side, when I was in college, I was like, man, I don't want to do cartoons. I was offered an internship at Disney, and I was like, oh, I don't want to draw your mouse and draw the same thing over and over. But then I had a friend reach out to me. He's like, tell me about this thing called storyboarding. And I was like, wow, I can draw and not finish my drawings and keep them rough and loose and get paid for it. And then I loved it, and I ended up working for Disney on Winnie the Pooh of all things. And the rest is kind of history there. Now I love animation. and
yeah, I saw that. It's one hell of a contrast. Seeing it was I'm not sure if I can say the names. Really, this is all to me on YouTube. Okay, it was Tigger and Pooh.
Yeah.
And I saw that, and I saw I was like, wait, and I looked at that. I was like, looking at your work. I was like, damn, that's one hell of a difference.
Yeah, it was funny. Like I did 2 music videos that were animated for Rob Zombie, American Witch, and one for Lords of Salem before the movie came out, based off the song. And it was funny, like, Rob would play those in concert behind the band, which was like a dream come true. But then at the same time, I'm working on Winnie the Pooh. And it was always kind of fun because, I'd have to let Disney know what I'm doing on the side, because I had to write that into the contracts. I'm like, no, I'm doing some stuff for Rob Zombie on the side. So just deal with it. But
Dude, that must have been. So you had to let them know. That must have been a crazy conversation.
No, surprisingly, you'd be surprised how many people like who love horror and all that are actually in animation and stuff. It is a small group within a small group, but there's so many people, and that most people just appreciate the art and the artistry that goes into it. So yeah, surprisingly, those conversations went really well.
What the hell? That's true. I guess so. A lot of people who look like me, who they tend to like Disney and stuff. I mean, I can't lie. I like Disney. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't like every single thing, but I do enjoy a lot of the shit
Yeah.
Disney
Well,
does. So
for me, it's mainly Haunted Mansion, and Winnie the Pooh actually was a big one, because I had my daughter, and she was like really, really young, so that was like the perfect age, because I'm raising a kid and have Winnie the Pooh, and then that's able to get me to the parks for free. So we would go every weekend, and stuff. So that was a lot of fun. That was a good time. But I actually really liked working for Disney and Winnie the Pooh, even though it's so different than anything else on my resume. But honestly, it was a lot of fun.
it does stand out when you see that and like Transformers, like you said, Godzilla, Jackie Chan Adventures. When I seen that name, I was like, holy shit, because I watched that when I was younger. I was watching that, I was like, oh shit, he worked on that. But then I
Yeah.
see Winnie the Pooh, and I just like, what the fuck?
What? How does that even work?
It threw me off, but I was like, damn, that's really good.
For me, I like to tell stories, and even though I'm into horror and all that, that's a passion, but it's also, I love to tell stories, direct, and all that. And that's a challenge, right? Like, I don't do kid stuff like that. And I had a kid at that age. And for me, it's also proving to myself that I can be a storyteller without it always having to be, monsters. However, we did have some Halloween episodes, and those were my favorites to work on. But yeah, definitely.
Damn. Sorry, just didn't. I'm still just like trying to catch up to it because it's like, wow, Winnie the Pooh. It's crazy. It does, like you said, it's perfect timing for you. Which, damn, that's an extra plus.
Yeah.
And you got into the parking.
Yeah.
Jeez. Shit. So, what got you started with your artwork in the first place?
I'm not really sure, because I actually got tons of artwork, from before I can even remember doing artwork. My parents had collected everything, and the second I could hold a pen, and I have, comic books were a huge, huge influence, because my parents, I'm from Ohio, and originally, and I'm in LA now, but when I was in Ohio, we would go to flea markets every weekend, right? And there was, or swap meets or whatever. And my parents would, they were collectors. Like my dad was in the sci-fi books and baseball cards and stuff. And they knew the value of that stuff. And, we would always leave. My dad would spend $20 and leave with a white box full of comic books. And, that was my biggest thing, was just reading comics. But I realized I gravitated more to the kind of the horror and sci-fi comics more than the superhero comics, and Mad Magazine, and stuff like that, were big influences. But the thing that got me into horror, I think more than anything, was, and I've told the story several times, but it means so much to me, but my mom took me to a bookstore, and there was Fangoria on the newsstand, and Fangoria issue 2. So I'm dating myself again. I was probably like seven years old. Issue 2 was up there, had John Frankenheimer's Prophecy with this bloody mutant bear on the cover, and I begged my mom to buy it for me, and thankfully she did. And inside of it was like Phantasm, which, going full circle now, getting to work on that franchise. But back then, I would just stare at the photos in there of this Phantasm stuff and Prophecy, and it just freaked me out, because it was kind of taboo, because it's gory, and stuff, but there was some creativity to it, you know, because I still knew it was make believe, but that was like a big push towards horror, I think. So, you know, blame my mom for that one.
I have kind of the same thing. It's like I blame my mom for my love of horror because because growing up, I was raised on like Tales from the Crypt, just
Mm-hmm.
all kinds of like just horror movies off and
Yeah.
on. It would be like Hellraiser, and like we got to see it on HBO when I was younger, so it was like if it showed titty, it showed titty, and like my mom was like, "Don't look," and then she thought about it. But like, "You're gonna see it anyway. Just go ahead, just whatever." And like her, she used to scare the hell out of us. Like we didn't see Fangoria, like we weren't like seeing the magazine. I saw that way after, but
Right.
she used to every time we would watch Tales from the Crypt, she would like get my grandma to turn out all the lights,
Oh,
and she knew how to do the Crypt Keeper's laugh really fucking good. And every single time the episode would end, and we were just kids, we didn't realize it. Me and my brother, and lights would go out. You hear his cackle, and we freak the fuck out. But we just fell in love with it. Even, I mean, holy hell! Like recently, I just watched The Nun too. I'm not really a fan of those, but I do love the way The Nun actually looks.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's a cool.
so the creativity for the creatures, still enjoyed it. But
Yeah.
story-wise, not that great.
Well, we all have stories, right? You know, and it is kind of like handed down. I've done it to my daughter too. She's like a big horror fan, you know, and she went through her Saw phase, you know, like got to watch every Saw movie multiple times, you know. But you know, we're still on our Halloween time right now, where I'm turning her on to a lot more of the '80s movies, you know, that I loved, and horror movies, and you know, Evil Dead, Return of the Living Dead, all the good ones, you know. And you know, it's just a lot of, I don't know, those movies are just a lot of fun, and I still just sit on the couch, turn on a movie, and draw, you know. And that's where I get all this illustration work done and things. And I don't know, I'm just a little kid that way. I still like being in that same mindset and just drawing monsters and you know.
I don't blame you. I still get the same way, where it's like I'll do the same shit. I'll just put on a movie and just start doodling or something, or start working on something, or start painting.
Yeah.
I didn't do that with The Nun. I was watching it with my wife, but I was watching Five Nights at Freddy's, and I couldn't help it. I enjoyed it. I don't give a fuck. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I thought they did really good on everything. Not the story was okay,
Yeah.
but everything else was actually really good.
Hey, as long as you're entertained, that's what it's there for, right? So
Yeah, I was entertained, and I was like doodling here and there, just like getting ideas, my own little shit. So I completely understand.
yeah. Well,
Man.
I just have to gravitate towards, you know, the kid side of me, and I just don't want to let that go, you know. Like Halloween, we're making all our costumes and stuff, and I don't know, that stuff, it's just fun to be creative, and you know, again, just sitting on the couch and drawing monsters like the same way I did when I was, you know, 10 years old. To me, that's the most relaxing thing I could have in my life. It's just, you know, reverting back to watching Godzilla movies, you know, and sitting on the couch.
Oh, definitely. Especially Godzilla.
Yeah.
all of them. Jeez, they're making me think about it. Like, what movies would I just sit down and watch? Like it was Puppet Master, Evil
Yeah.
Dead, just all those. I remember seeing something that was Evil Toys versus Puppet Master. I don't think I watched that one. I saw like the preview for it. It was like, I'll watch the
There's so
Puppet
many
Master.
Puppet Master movies now.
I don't
I don't
remember
even know
how
which ones
many
are the
there were.
first ones.
I remember the first one. I think I have the first one. I think I have it. I might.
Yeah. After a while, they stopped labeling them with numbers, and then I couldn't keep track of which order they were in.
Exactly. What was it? Shit. Wouldn't that be like? Wait, did Hellraiser do that? No, yeah, Hellraiser did do that, but it
After a
stopped
while,
numbering
yeah,
them.
they did
Yeah,
Hellraiser Bloodlines and stuff. So yeah,
it was like the first two, three, and then Bloodline, and
yeah, it was,
afterward.
and then Outer Space.
Oh yeah, was it? Oh, wasn't that one like they built a giant cube?
I can't even remember, but it would make sense.
I remember like completely. I think they did. I think like they built a whole like station that was like
Yeah,
a cube and it folded up or some
I
shit.
always go back to like the first two were my favorites, and I just kind of after a while I know what ones I like, and I just kind of stick with the same movies I like that I know that inspire me. You know, I love being able to go back, especially the older ones like that, because you can kind of see the creativity and the passion that went into them, and how they made it and did the practical effects and stuff is really cool.
Oh, like actually the newest Hellraiser, I actually enjoyed that. Even
Yeah, I
the
haven't
way they
watched
looked
it
and
yet.
everything.
The HBO
Oh
one, I think it was it
yeah, no,
HBO? Showtime,
Hulu.
one of them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hulu.
yeah. I
Yeah,
haven't
where it
watched
was.
it.
You haven't
I've
watched it?
heard actually really good stuff.
You haven't watched it yet?
Huh?
You haven't watched it yet?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
I'd say watch it. It was actually good. It was actually
No,
really good.
I've heard good things about it, that people loved it. So I definitely want to see it.
Yeah, the author of the original inspiration for Hellraiser, the Hellbound Heart,
Hmm.
he was actually a part of it.
Yeah, Clive
Uh,
Barker.
Clive
Yeah,
Barker. Yeah, he was actually like really attached to this one, so he got to put more input on it. I guess the first ones he didn't, but
yeah,
I mean, hey, it still came out
yeah.
good. But this one, it's really good. It's really
Yeah, I
good.
want
I
to
actually,
check it
the
out.
way the the whole suits for them, the way they look is actually really fucking sick.
Awesome.
I don't want to. I really don't want to spoil it for you.
Yeah,
The
no,
last one
yeah,
you see
don't
is
spoil
a
it.
trip.
Don't spoil it. I have like a
Oh, I'm not going to
huge
spoil it.
queue of things. Huh?
I'm not going to spoil it for you.
Okay.
The, the
Awesome.
last one, it looks trippy. The last you'll know when you see it. And what I mean, it just looks really trippy. The
Yeah,
way
I've
they
seen
did
some of the
all of it.
design. The designs look really cool. So, yeah, I'll definitely check it out. And I'm sure I'll do some
it
fan.
it's it's worth a watch. It's like what the hell was it? Chucky, the show.
Oh
Have you
yeah,
seen
yeah,
that?
yeah. Yes, that I have. So I love the old Child's Play series.
Yeah, when it was like taking itself really serious. The Child's Play 1,
Oh,
Child's
I
Play 2,
love.
Child's Play 3. It started getting a little goofier.
Yeah, yeah. Then you get into the Bride of Chucky and Cult of Chucky. But I love that first movie. I just love to death.
Yeah, what the fuck was that? Sorry, I just heard something fall in the other room.
uh,
I think my cats are fighting each other. They're battling it out, little bastards.
don't get mad. Keep looking down. I'm actually drawing as we're talking too, because I can't sit still. So I
it's
gotta doodle
it's
while
perfectly
I
fine.
talk.
I get like that too.
Yeah,
I
I
really
just can't
do. I
sit
get like
still.
that. I'll just be like, so like you see me fidgeting with like something. It's because like I've talked about it on the show before. I got ADHD, so it's like you don't see, but my feet are like going like this, and like I'm moving around. I
Yeah.
can't help it. Like sometimes I'll be sitting down during an interview, and I'll just want to sketch something, but I'm not going to do that.
Well,
But
you're
hey,
welcome
you go
to.
right the hell ahead.
Yeah, I have to doodle, but everything's on the iPad for me these days, so it's real easy.
Yeah, I tried to get into that one. I don't have an iPad. I don't do digital work really. Like for my laptop, I kind of do recently started,
Yeah.
but mostly traditional. So it's like painting, sketching. What the hell else did I do? Recently, watercolors. So like I'm just experimenting with all
No,
that shit.
that's great. I used to do more of that, but then the job kind of went more digital animation and storyboarding and all that. And you kind of got to adapt with it. But then I wasn't happy with all the digital stuff and Photoshop and things, but then once the iPad came out and Procreate and stuff, that's again kind of the answer I wanted, where my lazy butt can just sit on the couch and just
Just
rest this on my chest and just draw, watching movies. That's all I all I love to do anymore.
just rest it on your chest and just yeah.
Yeah.
I goddamn man, I can relate to you a lot because I do the same thing sometimes when I'm working. Because I do a comic strip for the show, and sometimes I'll do that too. Like instead of just like leaning over the table or like trying to sit, I don't have a back for the seat. I'll just sit on the couch and just
that. Like in animation, again, everything was over the table and stuff. But I think my last, this last 2 jobs I've done, I just told them like, I don't even want a desk. Like I just bought a giant leather chair for the office at the studio, and I just worked on that. Everyone else is hunched over their desk, but I work better and I'm more creative when I'm laying back. Once I'm like this, after a while, your neck hurts, my shoulders hurt, and then I stop drawing. I might not be creatively tapped out yet, but I'm just like, uncomfortable. So,
oh yeah, you can only be in like one position for so long. Eventually, you're gonna start to hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
although sitting on the couch, I can do for hours. not the
a lot of
best
people can do
method,
that.
but I could do it.
A lot of people could do that, but you're actually like right there, just
Yeah.
You're actually working on something. So, not a lot of people do that one.
I'm just drawing little zombies as we talk and stuff. So, just doodling, but when we're talking and stuff like this, again, I have a hard time sitting still, and it's just kind of fun. When getting to talk to people like yourself and stuff, it's just like hanging out and drawing with your buddies, and it's just I don't know, that's just really, really relaxing and fun, and I got to take advantage of it when I get it and doodle.
Nothing wrong with that. It is therapeutic to just scribble, jot down some ideas, or just full on sketch something. So
yeah, absolutely.
So, other than that, what? Yeah, man, you said you did. I don't know what to pick for a topic because it's like you have a large resume, so it's like, fuck.
I know. I always have that problem because there's so much stuff. Well, I'm doing comics right now. Animations kind of got hit with the strikes and stuff. So I've been working on doing comics and joined forces with this group called Monster Forge, which was Shannon Eric Denton, who works a lot in the industry with movies and comics and stuff. And we got one book out. It's called Ghosts, comic, like literally just came out like last week. But it was digital only, so we're going to do like a crowdfunding for a print version, and I think that's coming out in the next week, maybe next week.
Nice.
Not sure. So look for that. That's on Zoop. We're doing that, but on top of that, I've done like 2 and 3/4 graphic novels that haven't been published yet, and they're each like 100 pages. So I got to get those out.
Damn.
Yeah. So again, the iPad brought my productivity up because, like, I literally wake up in the morning and it's probably about like 7. I'll draw for like maybe an hour or 2 in bed before I even get up, because after a while, I know that's where my brain is its most creative, and after a while, I learned after 4 o'clock, I'm useless to everybody. So I just kind of work for a couple hours in the morning while I'm super fresh. And then I feel like I got a day's worth of work done already. Maybe it's the old Ohio farmer kind of, you know, heritage coming through or something. But it's like getting up early in the morning, get a lot of drawing done. I feel like I got a lot done for the day, and then I can, you know, kind of skate through the rest of the day, knowing I got something done. So anything else is just gravy, right?
Damn, I on that point I can't relate. I don't like waking up super early.
Well, I used to be a night owl, but then once I had the kid,
Oh,
forced you to get up earlier, right? And then my whole clock changed. And honestly, it's funny. It's like all through school and stuff, I was a night owl. I worked best, you know, at night whenever everyone else is asleep and people leave you alone, and I could just sit at my drawing desk with my headphones on. But it's funny, as I got older, then I had the kid, but then I realized, hey, I'm actually better in the morning. Like, I actually do a better job. You know, like there's so many things I would struggle with before, and then now doing it early in the morning, I'm like, oh yeah, that came much more naturally for me. I
maybe
don't
I'll
know if
try
that
that.
makes sense, but you know, it's just took years to find out, you know, what you know, when I'm my most creative, and just getting those work habits down of like what works best for you, you know, for your life and your schedule and everything like that. And you know, it took years, but you know, better late than never.
Yeah, that does make sense. What the hell was it? That just reminded me of saying somebody told me. I've heard it before, but I heard somebody like, "Hey, you're burning daylight." Like, the fuck you talking about? I was like, you're burning daylight. Like, what? The
Yeah.
sun's going down. I'm like, it's still daylight. But I know what he meant by that, because like he was used to waking up like really early, starting everything off, and
Yeah,
go,
exactly.
and then by a certain point, like it's like, yeah, that's it. Like, we're good.
And
So
once I had the storyboard job, you know, that was like getting up early and staying up late, you know. So there was no real sleep there. So you just find it wherever you could get it. But, you know, I think that just came naturally, because if I'm going to be up early, you know, might as well get the work done, I guess.
well, it even worked.
Yeah, whatever works. Everyone's different. So,
It worked. I mean, look where you are now. It worked.
yeah. But yeah, so I'm doing comics now. I did a bunch of board games. There's a company, Trick or Treat Studios, who do like the best, I think, best Halloween masks and the licenses to all the big movies and stuff. But they started doing board games and brought me on, and I did one called Blood Orders, another called Troll Fest. They're like tabletop games, but they're like the high end ones, right? And there's like cards of characters. Blood Orders is about vampires, and I did like over 100 vampire illustrations for that, like full color cards. And then Troll Fest is actually totally, it's like Winnie the Pooh. It's out of my comfort zone, but kind of fun, which it's a little more cartoony, and it's like D&D fantasy, but you're making a rock band. So you know, so you have your different classes and races, and you put them together to build the ultimate band and stuff. So it's kind of a comedy game, but that was a lot of fun. So I got those out. I worked on Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon, new movie coming out on Netflix. I did storyboards for that. A lot of action scenes and stuff. So
Somebody said Justin Mabry is a great gent over at Trick or Treat.
Yeah. No,
Super
he's a
passionate
good
about
friend.
mask making.
Yeah, good friend, and he's done some. Actually, he did. Just to give him a little shout out. Here's this mask I designed and Justin sculpted. So
Gotta give it a second for this
monsters.
to catch up. Like I said, I don't know why I can't see. Usually it splits and I can see the bottom,
Yeah,
like I can see you.
see it
But for some
fine. You're on
reason,
top, and it's like split in
yeah.
half.
Oh, now I see. It just the video finally caught up. Um, that looked really sick. Holy shit.
Yeah. So that's Trick or Treat. They make those masks and stuff. And yeah, if you don't know them, check them out for sure because their stuff is awesome. But I'm sure if anyone's been into a spirit store or the Party City, they've seen their stuff.
Majority of the time, people who have watched like this little show have a knowledge of Trick or Treat Studios. They are
Yeah,
well
that's what I was gonna
aware of
say.
it. Yeah, they
That's what I was
know.
gonna.
I didn't. That's really sick. I've seen like the catalogs here and there.
Yeah.
So they do a lot.
No, they do good stuff. And let's see, I'm trying to think. I know I got some other stuff. I always have like a million projects, but they're like spread out over years. So then when they all get done at once. They all reach the end at the same time. It's like I got a couple other shows I was directing on, but I'm not allowed to talk about those yet. One's for Netflix, the other's undecided right now. So been busy. And then let's see what else. And then I talked about Phantasm. That was a lot of fun being a horror fan, getting to do a live action movie with Coscarelli and stuff. And then trying to think what other stuff is out right now that just got released. I know that there's something else that I'm forgetting, but I don't know. I always got a ton of little projects, and they all kind of come around Halloween.
It's funny. Sorry, it just cracked me up how you said like, yeah, they're all working, and then they all finish at the same time.
Yep. Some were
I'm glad I'm not the only
only
one like
took
that
a year,
because
some only took a month, but they all seem to end at the same time. And it's always rush at the at the very end.
Okay, yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one that does that type
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah, because like even for I don't if I did what you're doing, I'd be fucking amazing. But like even just to like vend or like go sell like artwork and whatnot. I'm not an artist. I just fuck around, see if I could do it, and I've been okay with it. But like to like set up for that, like I kind of have the same thing where it's like I have this going, this going, this going, this going, this going, and then right before it's time for us to like get going, like the week of, I'll have everything done.
Right.
And I just look like, how the fuck did I do that? Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's like, and I just did for Halloween, I did this, the drawing prompts. I do my own set of drawing prompts. I call Monsterween, and I done it. This was the fourth year, where the first one was just kind of just a gag, just because I didn't like any of the prompts I was seeing, and I wanted to do more, crazy B-movie monster kind of stuff. And so now we're on the fourth year, and we just wrapped that up. But I released the first three as books, so I'm working on this year's book right now, and hopefully that'll be out soon. And then something I've been promising for over a year now is an online store. It's funny. It's like I have tons and tons of art prints. I made stickers, sticker sheets. I got like the whole 9 yards. I got all the taxes worked out. I got the shipping worked out. I got the website built. I just need to hit the go button, and I always kind of chicken out at the last minute. So I'm making myself this month finally open that online store. So if anybody wanted prints or anything like that, just be on the lookout. We'll finally have
guaranteed. A lot of people are going to want prints. They're going to want pieces of your work, guaranteed. The art prompts was so cool. Thanks, David, for providing that initiative. was super fun for us to give it a
Oh
swing
yeah,
each day. Was
renders
that the
renders
um?
FX and did some great ZBrush versions, which was really really cool to see.
I got to go through all that. I definitely have to go through it.
Yeah,
Now you make me want to look at all that.
yeah.
I
Just go to
went
my
through. I went
Instagram
through.
page, but if you
Like
you look up the tag Hartman Monster Ween 2023, you can see everybody's like a bunch of people. For me, it's fun because I like to come up with crazy character names. You know, like we had like the Hunchback of Naughty Dames, which was one of my favorites. Or it was just kind of coming up with weird monsters, and then seeing other people's takes on them and stuff. And there's so many times I thought I was clever, and then it's like you see someone else is like, holy crap, that was so awesome. So I just have a lot of fun just seeing other people's renditions of these stupid names I came up with.
I, I was gonna say that too. It's like I think there was one called, like you said, the Hunchback of Naughty Dames. What was it? The Mutant Mummy.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah,
there was a bunch of them. It was like these are fun. These are just funny ass names. They're fun names to go along with the imagery
yeah,
that looks trippy as shit. And I was just like, this is awesome.
yeah. Well, that's how
It's
I
all
wanted.
well done, well colored, and everything.
Oh,
And the names
thank
just
you.
add that extra little touch.
Yeah, thank you. No, it's just a lot of fun, um, a lot of work because you're drawing one every day. It's hard to commit to that, but it was a lot of fun. I appreciate everyone who took part in it because so many people every year have been adding to it and adding more. It's just really cool to see a lot of the same people come back every year and you know, and getting to see how people's art has improved too over the year. It's really cool to see, really inspiring.
Yeah, that's true, actually, because I noticed some people actually do show like what they did before, like it'll be like 2018 to
Yeah,
2023, and yeah, to see that growth is like, damn.
yeah,
You would think like for you doing your own work, you would think like it's not that much of a big difference, but then when you show somebody else, like whenever I see like somebody else's work and they like compare it, it's like, damn, that's a hell of a jump. It
yeah.
it's not like holy hell, you went from like doing Looney Tune animation to completely realistic in like 2 months. But it's just like,
Right.
but it's like, damn, you could tell the difference. I mean, over time, you could tell like you smoothed out a lot of the work that you've
Well,
done.
just drawing, every day or several times a week. I mean, it's like working out, right? And you're gonna get stronger at it and improve with it, and it's just like anything, and you'll get your shorthands for certain thing. And one thing I would always tell people, because I went through this, like was like trying to figure out like what's your style, right? And it's funny, it's like I didn't actually have a style until I stopped giving a damn what my style was. Like back in the day, I'm like trying to get into comics, and it's like at the time it was like, oh, everything's Image Comics and everything's got to have crazy cross hatching all over them. And that was the style at the time, and we're all trying to emulate it to get in. But after a while, I just kind of stopped caring and just wanted to draw again, and not get hung up on that stuff. And it's funny, it's like once I started doing that, that's when people started telling me I had a style, and I was like, I don't see it, I just draw. But um, you know, that's just something that comes with practice. But I like to tell people, just don't worry about. There's so many young people I know that are trying to like come up with their style and stuff. It's like, just draw, just draw. The style comes from your own shorthand that you come up with for characters, or how you draw an ear, right? And that becomes style. Or it might even be the technique that you use if you're inking or watercolor or whatever. It just will come naturally. But again, it's usually just because you got your own shorthand, or you're cutting corners somewhere, or you come up with a trick to simulate something that looks like an ear or something else, and that becomes your style. So Not that I'm
Yeah,
anyone giving advice, but uh, that's, I do like
that,
to
that does
tell that to my
that does
daughter.
make sense.
People.
That that does make a lot of sense because like I mentioned earlier, like the comic strips that I do, it's not the first time I've tried. The first one I did, I tried to make it look more of like a uh, anatomical feel to it,
Right.
where like you can actually see like the person's muscles and
Yeah.
whatnot,
Yeah.
like smaller details. But now the comic strips that I do are more cartoony, and it's like I did that before, like little cartoony things, and since like background like with graffiti, so it's like doing different cartoon characters, making your own cartoon characters. That was like mainly a thing where you do like cartoon
Yeah.
characters.
Well, I mean,
And
honestly, like I do cartoony stuff. Obviously, I work in animation and things, and drawing Winnie the Pooh, but also drawing a decaying corpse at the same time. It's like, for me, it's like just draw what makes you happy at the time. Where it's I like looking back at old art and sketchbooks and stuff because it's a scrapbook of where I was mentally and emotionally at that time in my life, right? And some of my teenage stuff, it's more angsty and then darker, and had a lot of line work and cross hatching and stuff. And then I kind of went through my more cartoony and anime phase, and just we're constantly morphing as people too. So that's one thing that always kind of bothers me, is like letting a style control your art. Sometimes it's better just to do art, and you don't have to show everything to everybody, but like you said before, you like to do watercolor and paints and stuff like that. I think that's great because that you're building talents and skills that way, but you're also able to, like, you might learn something doing watercolor that you can actually bring into inking, into your comic strips and stuff. So the Bob Ross happy accidents do happen, and it's pretty cool to like I'm a big advocate of broadening your horizons and doing creativity in different mediums. Like I said, I do live action, animation, comic books, but also do music and other stuff, because it's like if you do one, for me personally, if I do one too long, it feels like a job. And once it starts feeling like a job, then I get depressed. And then, so I like having something else to fall back on. If I'm like, oh, I'm having a really bad drawing day, my drawing sucks, it's pissing me off, I can't draw anything, I'm going to go do music for a while, and then that might actually spark some other creativity that then when I come back to drawing, it's like, oh, I'm doing this, and I trying something different. So I don't know, I'm getting all esoterical and talking your ear off, but
ears,
that yeah,
huh?
you've already lost them.
Yeah, all of them.
But
But that does make sense to like instead of being stuck in one thing, because I've met people who actually like have gotten stuck like on one style doing like that one thing, and they get bored of it, and then they're just like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's like, well, why don't you test yourself, do something different, expand a little bit, because like that's not the only thing I do. I've sculpted random shit. It's like I
yeah, that's
said, I
great.
don't consider myself an artist. I just create. I just do things. Somebody told me, "Well, you're a creator. You're still a creator." Okay, yeah, I could admit
Absolutely.
that. I guess 'cause do make some crazy shit. Like I've done tattoo designs and stuff like that. But it's like I
Yeah.
still expanded from what the hell I'm used to doing. And like one thing somebody did tell me is my style is that my stuff always looks angry. Like, why does it look? What do you mean it looks angry? Because somebody a while ago asked me to do something for a baby shower. They wanted like something for the monkey, where it's supposed to be adorable. It's like, you do see what I make, right? They're like, yeah, but you could do it. It's like, all right, so I did it. And they're like, why does it look pissed? I'm like,
What do you
what do you
expect?
mean?
Yeah,
Exactly what
but
you
you know
expect.
what?
Like,
But that, again, that doesn't necessarily mean a reflection of you or your personality. Again, and this is another goofy theory, but I mean, there's something to it in that a lot of the people I know in horror are the nicest people I've ever met, because they get their demons out on screen, on paper, on other stuff. They get a lot of that pent up rage out creatively, and that they're just a much more pleasant person than some of the, some other people who might not have that outlet, So I don't know. There might be something to that too.
That's funny that you brought that up, because that's really true. Like most people in horror are really really freaking nice. Like we
Yeah.
we got Arthur, the guy who played Arthur Clown, David Hartman. We got him on here. We talked to him a little bit, and he's a really nice guy. Meet him in person, really nice guy. But yet he's a fucking silent murdering clown. It's like
Right.
like wow,
When I
and
was
like the stuff that he does too is like, dude.
Well, I was working on this Transformers Prime, which if you haven't seen it, you should check it out. It's on Netflix still, I think. Or might be on Tubi or something. It was a CG series from about, say, almost like 10 years ago now. Goodness. But me and a lot of the producers on it, we're horror fans and fans of stuff. So if you look at the acting things, it's like we got Jeffrey Combs, who was the Reanimator, Tony Todd, who was Candyman, Michael Ironside, Scanners, Total Recall, Starship Troopers. Like, we got a lot of horror actors and brought them in because, one, I just wanted to get to meet these cool guys that I, looked up to their movies as a kid, that inspired me. But at the same time, fantastic actors, I think, and give them something else to try. Now let's try some giant robots. But
That's one thing I struggle with trying to do machinery.
Yeah.
Trying to do machinery, I struggle with that one because it's like very small
Augusto
little
Bronco
detail.
Augusto says go Prime. He was one of our lead designers on that show. So awesome. Woohoo.
Wow. Hi.
Awesome to see him on here.
That's cool. I didn't expect to hear that one. Well, hi, how you doing? Excuse the face. Going through surgery at the moment. Dude, that's funny. Holy hell, that was fast. All right. Before the end of the episode, it was really wonderful talking to you.
Hey,
before the end of the episode, usually ask, hi guys. Let's see you guys. Usually ask a couple of different questions, obviously, but one of them is, have you ever experienced anything paranormal, anything that you couldn't explain? It could be something that scared the shit out of you, or maybe something heartfelt, whatever the hell it was. It could be anything.
It's funny. I am like such a nerd for the paranormal, but also cryptids. I have a Bigfoot cast on my wall over here from the original Patterson Gimlin footprint. I love that stuff, but at the same time, I'm also like one of the biggest skeptics about it. But when I was a kid, what kind of drove me towards my love towards Bigfoot and stuff, there was this thing called the Minnesota Iceman, and it was known as this kind of like conspiracy of a Bigfoot that was frozen in ice that was found. Scientists did drawings of it and said, wow, this is the missing link, this is a Bigfoot, this is that thing. And then they sent it, I forget, like to a museum, and it got lost in the mail somehow, and ended up going to this guy who would show it at carnivals and sideshows. And being in Ohio, and it was like, the late 70s, I'm a little kid, it came through our town. Now, that eventually like thawed, and people said it was a rubber thing, and then scientists came out and said, no, that wasn't the thing we looked at and that we drew. It's still missing. I don't know, crazy conspiracy. I absolutely love it. But I remember I was like 7 or 8 years old, and back in those days, parents could just let their 7 or 8 year olds run loose at a carnival. And my parents would give me a handful of quarters and like go to the arcade or go play some games. And I went by, and there was this like trailer, and it had a painting on the side of Bigfoot and like a naked woman in a hand, like a little naked woman in a hand. And it was like, see the world's smallest woman plus Bigfoot frozen in ice. And I was like, for a quarter. And I was like, holy crap, I have to see that. So I go in, I see the Bigfoot. It's just icy. And like to me, I had no idea what I was looking at the time. But then, you know, as I would study these things, I found out about this Minnesota Iceman and this history, and found out it actually did go through my hometown during the time that I had seen it. So not really paranormal, but it definitely gravitated me towards that stuff. Now, I've had a lot of weird things, like you know, the things where you see out of the corner of your eyes. And one time I had my house, like all the water faucets would come on at once, but they were the twist kind, so it wasn't like pressure would build up and unscrew them. So it was really weird. You know, a lot of bizarre incidents and stuff like that, but I could always come up with some reason for them happening. But I still absolutely love the paranormal. You know, I got my EMF detectors, so definitely love it. And I'm still waiting to see the proof for me, but I do believe in that, a lot of that stuff.
So you're a hopeful skeptic. You're like,
Yes.
I don't know, I can figure it out. But then you're like, come on, be real. Be real.
Yeah, it's like I want it to be real. I do. But, you know, some of the things, you know, I just can't get behind. You know, I love spirit boxes and stuff, but then, you know, the things you hear out of them, you know, I've definitely heard some convincing things where they're responses to direct questions, but those aside, some of them you can take it or leave it if that's what they really said, you know. I mean, but, you know, I am weirded out that so many ghosts tell people to get out. I kind of want to know what that's all about, but
You caught them at a bad time. They're just wanting to relax,
yeah.
slowly taking everything off, and then you walk in and they just scream, get out!
Yeah, it's just one big bathroom.
I want to be the one ghost that says, come on in.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to go for that one. Be like, come on in.
Yeah, but
Like, oh.
but don't get me wrong. I absolutely love that stuff, and I watch a lot of ghost shows and you know, cryptid shows. But my wife just had to come in and say, "Ghosts exist." Oh, ghost assist. Oh yeah, she was reminding me. I did have a ghost thing in when I was filming Phantasm, the film. I was filming at a hospital. It's an abandoned hospital. It's called Linda Vista Hospital. It's been on many of the ghost shows as, you know, one of the most haunted, which was kind of a, you know, mental health hospital and stuff.
Yeah.
Really scary.
Yeah, that one's in East LA.
Yeah. Yeah. So really scary place. It's torn down now and turned into like condos for senior living. But when I was there and I got this on film, like it's funny when you're filming, you just gotta get the shot done. So even though we had this kind of experience, it's like, okay, that was weird, cool, okay, let's go to the next shot. Like it was like we kind of all, you know, pushed it aside, but we had this door and I yell action and the door opens for the actress to come through. But the thing is that door is on a spring. So the door is opening against the spring. Something has to physically push it against the spring. And you see it in the video on my behind the scenes footage. You see the door open and my actor's like, ghost assist on the door, you know. And it's like, okay, wait for the door to close. Okay, let's do the take again. The ghost ruined the shot. You know, so maybe that ghost was just like, look at me, I need help. We're just ignoring it. But, you know, that was kind of weird.
They just open the door, like, why the hell is the door closed?
I know. But it is weird because it's spring shut. So something has to, like, you have to physically push the door to open it. And yeah, it was pretty bizarre.
That's great. You know, I heard that is that a senior home now, or is it an apartment building?
I'm not sure. I thought it was a senior home, but I might be wrong. It could be.
Last I heard, they converted it into something else. So I think it's a senior home. I'm not
definitely
absolutely
not
positive.
the same. Because when I was there, I mean, it was pretty trashed, and scary. And it's funny. It's like we would walk through. Like I was filming there only for like, I don't know, 3 days. But after the first day, you get so tired and you're so used to it. You know, there's a morgue and we were all laying on the morgue trays, the gurneys, and but it became a point where it's like there was no lights, electricity on floor 2, and I would just, you know, walk through there in the pitch black with just your phone, and you would hear noises and stuff, and I was just like, I'm just too wiped out, I'm too exhausted to care. So it's like not even getting scared anymore. You're just walking through this you know, creepy old hospital. But if any place was haunted, it was definitely that place, because there was a lot of bizarre stuff there, like, and just architecture, and it was abandoned. Like it was like hospital files just on the floor, you know, all this personal information and x-ray machines and everything. But tons of movies had filmed there too, so before us. So
yeah,
I'm sure a lot of it was left over from other movies too.
Really, I wanted to actually go over there, but then I found out that it was turned into something else. Fuck. I missed my chance.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
not like I'm not familiar with that
spirit
area.
was
I mean, I'm from LA, so I'm kind of familiar with the area. It's like, all right.
Yeah, it's like Boyle Heights, and it's like, but you know, it doesn't mean the spirits are remodeled, right? They could still be there, and they didn't necessarily tear the building down. It was just remodeled.
It was just repurposed.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sucks so much. Oh man, somebody just trying to go to sleep and feel somebody else laying in bed next to them.
I know.
Like, huh.
Especially if you don't know, if you're going in there senior living and you don't know the history of the building and stuff, you know. But I don't know. It was definitely a bizarre filming location, that's for sure.
Oh, definitely. I still would have loved to go over there. But damn it.
Yeah.
Oh man, we gotta wrap this up. It's already been an hour. Holy shit!
Wow, already?
It's already been an hour.
Man,
that felt so fast.
Just talking nonsense too.
Holy hell! Well, it was still fun to have a good conversation with you. Yeah. Thank you for coming out. Definitely have to do this again.
Finally.
Oh, great to meet you too. Great to find out everything you've done. Holy shit. It was still just like, holy hell, he has a lot of stuff on here.
Yeah, I apologize. It's just I'd like to dabble in a little bit of everything. It's just fun to make stuff. So, you know, I've just been very fortunate, you know, and blessed with all the things I've had the opportunities to work on and things. And, you know, it's worked out. That's
fucking awesome. Actually, awesome. I feel like going to watch those videos again. The music videos that you did. I feel like going to watch them. I actually really enjoyed it. I like the way this looks. It actually looks really sick. And then just to find out You made those. Like, holy fuck. That's
Awesome.
that's pretty awesome. That's fucking awesome. Well, thank you for coming on. This is also going to be on YouTube, so everybody like, subscribe, play with my bells to stay notified. If you do it right, I might feel it. Go check out all of his work. Go check out everything he did. You know what? Go check out Winnie the Pooh too. Was it Tigger and Pooh?
Yeah, my
Go
friends.
check that out. He worked on that. He did that. He did that. So, Phantasm, Ravager, right?
Yep. That was the last of the films right now. And if you there's a box set, just to plug this, is a box set that came out a couple years ago that has a great like hour and a half making of on it. And I found out a lot of people didn't know one existed, because I've had a lot of people asking, oh, you should do a making of video. And it's like, oh, there was one. Because the movie's made super low budget. I made it for next to nothing, and it's just me shooting on weekends and getting the original actors, and kind of like a fanboy fan film come true. But anyhow, check out the box set. It's got a making of on there.
Now you know. If you guys want to get that shit, go right ahead. Hey, you know what I want for Christmas now? What he just said.
Yeah.
So, hey, anybody want to send this to me, go right ahead. I have no issue with that at all. I will not say no to free stuff. I'm a whore. Now, but holy hell, still just thank you so much. Like I was saying, do all that fun stuff. Make sure you check out everything he did. I already said that. I can't stress that enough. Check out everything he did, because holy hell, he has one hell of a resume. And also, go check out the Scary Stories on Spotify. Recently, Halloween had a twofer. Real stories that actually happened. One happened to me, and the other happened to the devil, my mother. So go right the hell ahead and check those out.
I want to go listen to those right now.
Was it?
I want to go listen to those right now. That sounds great.
Go for it. It's worth it. It's really worth it. It's actually. I'm not gonna spoil it on here, but
I want to hear
they actually happened, and it tripped me out. And the second one made me laugh my ass off at my mom. So go right ahead, go give that a listen. Also, new design over on Redbubble. Go check that out. You like it? Get it for yourself. You like it for somebody else? Get it for them. Whichever fucking comes up to you. As for, I think that's about it. And again, YouTube, I do not own the music, so don't try to fuck with me like that. Again, you bastard. But yeah, that's about it. Love that, love that Phantasm CUDA. Awesome car.
Oh yes.
All right, now I gotta look up what that is. All right, other than that, like I said, go check out all of his stuff, everything. You're not gonna be disappointed, and especially if you love Winnie the Pooh. But Godzilla, Jackie Chan Adventures, which still tripped me out that you worked on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it. Thank you for coming on. Definitely got to have you on again, because there was some questions I didn't get to.
Definitely,
but
let's do it.
Fuck yeah. See? Confirmation. He said it. You all heard it. All right. Bye.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody.
Oh, from Stank Joe. I forgot to say that. Sorry, kid. Bye. If you don't know where that's from, go look at the drink and draw. You'll see what it is.
Awesome.
Bye.
Yeah.